All right. I have a live feed. The doors are officially open for the tribe. To enter and sign in, please. Oh. All right. Z's here. Good seeing you, brother. Uh, First one in the door gets the best virtual seat in the house, so pull up a chair here at the foot of the stage. Just got back a little bit ago from the Fine Art Festival. So if you're on the email list, the Shangras don't come anymore after last season where we got to see them, but my favorite artist, Aura, my roommate, she works weekends and the festival winds up on Sunday. So I took Lori out to see, she loves Aura's work, and I got to meet her for the first time last season, so we went out this afternoon and spent some time with her. And Aura said they got new management, so they leveled up the art. There's a lot of cool stuff out there, new stuff. Some of it's the same artisans, but they've got some neat stuff out there. So anyway, so spent a couple hours out there, got to visit with Aura. Miss seeing Scott and Stephanie, but I think Scott comes here for something in Fountain Hills maybe once a year or something like that. I'm still on their email list, so but at least we all got to visit, and you got to see them last season. That was awesome. See, the outage started early. Yeah, I remember you told me the unit tripped, so they just started it early. May fall asleep. No sweat. No, do what you need to do, man. 3 a.m. comes early. We opened containment on Monday. What day is this? Friday. Yeah. Are they doing that upgrade? I think so, that they did for the previous unit, right? Last outage. There's Amy. Hello, the beautiful Batgirls in the house. Z told they're in Tucson this weekend. Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. They were coming to some other places. Scott came to, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Fountain Hills last year, and then he hurt his knee, so think he had surgery. He underwent rehab, and so. But I don't know that they had any others scheduled for Arizona last year, the end of last year. So, um, anyway, so Tucson. Yeah, that's probably, well, it's definitely a little closer for them because they live in New Mexico. Amy says, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, you like that clip I sent you? That was funny. I can't even remember what it was. Those are all double entendres. I don't know how they got away with those. Since it was aimed mostly for kids, it went over my head when I was 6, so I wouldn't have known. Just like international relations, that was funny. Those old Batman show clips are great. Classic, yeah, that's right. Yep. First thrust of manhood. I know. I don't know how they got away with that. They must have had a in with the producers must have had an in um, with the studio and maybe even the FCC. I mean, it's not overt, but nevertheless, those are funny clips. Yeah, that was pretty racy. But my favorite is still international pause relations from the Batman movie. Oh, he's talking to Catwoman, aka Miss Kitka. Da da. What does she say? Let the dream continue. He's got his eyes closed and he's talking. And she's got her little cat. Beep 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 beep. Oh my god. I'll have to watch that again. That stuff is so funny. What I love is they play it straight. That's what makes it great. All right, my tribe, welcome. What a way to go. Yeah, all those great lines. The Bat-Tusi. That's where I get my sign off. Same bat time and channel because that was the Bat-Tusi. I think the most insane thing that was so funny was Batman and the Joker having a surfing competition. And Batman's in his full Batman outfit, and what does he have on? He's got yellow, like bathing trunks. I mean, it was just over the top. That made me laugh though. Yeah, so I was out at the. My roommate wanted to go see Aura, my favorite artist. So the Fine Art Expo ends Sunday. So I saw her once about a month ago. So that's January through end of March. So she's packing up her stuff on Sunday, taking it back to LA, I think, and then flying back home to Israel. So thinking of her, she said, "How long have?" She has that awesome, thick Israeli accent. So how long have we known each other? And I said, well, let's do the math. 2007, October 30th, 2007, I closed on my house. And I met her before that because I had a outlet for a spotlight, one of the few upgrades above my second floor landing in my cottage home, because that's where I was going to put that print. So I got that while my house was still being built in 2007. So I said, that's 19 years. Not as long as some, but older than others, longer than others have been following her work. So that was great. So saw her today. You have that action figure. Which one? The Bat-Tusi or, oh, no. They had a surfing action figure. Oh my gosh. Of course you do if they have one. That's awesome. All right, let's get some music going for you guys. I don't mind admitting, I'm pretty tired. I had 2 sessions earlier, came home, threw laundry in. We ran out to the Fine Art Festival, walked around for a couple hours and back home. So, unfortunately, I went to Fry's on the way home because I had nothing for dinner. And there's this brand of pizza that I like. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head because I'm tired. But they're like $9.99. But they had buy one get one free, so one's called the Circus Maximus. That's like the supreme, and then they had our holy pepperoni. So for dinner, it's frozen pizza. But what I like to do is I get tomato pesto and spread that all on the top of that, and then sliced mushrooms in a can, and then some Italian seasoning, and then once it comes out, I put some fresh basil on it. So I can take a frozen pizza that's kind of basic and really modify it. So here's Grandpa Jones from Hee Haw saying, "That's what's for dinner." Yum, yum. Not the healthiest thing, but what the heck. Gotta enjoy your life. Batman on a surfboard, that's awesome. Gene's here, going over Medicare stuff with Drew and Sean. Did you sign up? Did I send you the guy's name that I met that couple on the plane flying to and from Michigan last year? I think I sent you that guy's name. Jim Collins. He's a broker. Man, he set me up awesome. I went with Humana and he did it all over the phone in like 45 minutes. I thought I mentioned it, sent it to you. If not, let me know. Or if you're already set up, that's fine. But this guy was great. He went over everything, made it easy. Based on my needs, which are probably different than yours. So, but anyway, he said Humana can't be beat. They're awesome. They don't have caps on certain things like Medicare does, and so cost me nothing, and he was fabulous. So, if you're all set, good. If I thought I sent you that, but maybe I didn't. If you want his contact, I can text it to you after, but I'm pretty sure I did. Amy says, having pizza later too. Woohoo! Again, creative minds and appetites think alike. Let's get some music going for you all. Little Steve Holtz kicking off this edition of Fiesta Friday. Well, I love everything about you, and I love the way you comb your hair, and I love the way you sashay in the room. Your perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. And I love the way you lick your lips, dear. You got fireworks in your head. And I love the way you bring me water when I'm thirsty in your bed. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were sure to kiss my angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. You've got a devil in your eyes. disappear trace. I love sneaking up behind you when you're looking in the mirror. The way your eyes lock into mine, dear. Without guilt and without fear, I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. All right, little my buddy Steve Poltz kicking off this edition of Fiesta Friday. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Good to see you here. Thanks for dropping in. As always, no matter how large or small, it's an esteemed group of tribes members gathering. So thanks for being part of my tribe. He says nice, always great too. Well, I appreciate it. Please come to Boston for the springtime. I'm staying here with some friends and they got lots of room. You can sell your paintings on the sidewalk, buy a cafe where I hope to be singing soon. Please come to Boston. She said no, but you come home with me. And she said, hey rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Boston ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man in Tennessee. Please come to Denver when the snow falls. We'll move up into the mountains so far we can't be found, and throw I love you echoes down the canyon, and then lie awake at night till they come back around. Please come to Denver. She said no, but you come home with me. And she said, hey rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Denver can't be your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man in Tennessee. Now the stripter's world goes round and round, and I doubt if it's ever gonna stop. But of all the dreams I've lost and found, and all that I ain't got, I still need to lean to somebody I can claim, sing to. Please come to LA to live forever. The California life alone is just too hard to live. I live in a house that looks out over the ocean. There's some stars they fell down from the sky. They're living up on the hill. He's come to LA, she just said no. Boy, will you come home to me? And she said, hey, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? LA can't be your kind of time. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Yeah, I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. All right, a little Dave Loggins. Has a cousin named Kenny. I always try to remind you that did pretty well in the music business too. Did very well actually. So there's a little Dave Loggins from my junior high days. All right, caught up on check-ins and comments. Looks like, yeah. Oh, Amy laughed at my Kenny Loggins joke. I always try to keep my set list fresh for all of you, so let's keep up on the 5th. Let's do some little Steve Pulse. I haven't done in a little while. I only had 1 minute left on my calling card. Was halfway around the world and it was raining really hard. And I only had a couple of aspirin and a half a can of beer. So swallowed it down for courage, but it was still pretty hard to hear. It's only 3 words that I wanted to tell you, but it would be easier if you were here and I could smell you. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake, I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I'll get soaked in sand, but I fall right back into your arms again. So I ordered 4 cans of Tuies, and I set them on the trunk. Had a long conversation with a hopeless drunk. And I only had 5 tickets and 6 new friends. So one of them had a hissy fit and drove off in her Mercedes-Benz. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake, but scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get drenched in sand, but I fall right back into your arms again. So we played 7 cards stud. I had a royal flush. I took out your picture and started to blush. and I only had 8 lives. Most cats got 9. Meow. So I skipped out on the bungee jumping just this time. Just this time. 'Cause I only had 10 chances to say I love you. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake, I scrape my knees and make mistakes. I know I lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I'll get soaked in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. Hey, I'll collapse into your loving arms again. Yeah, I fall right back into your arms again. All right, there's some more of my buddy Steve Holtz. I love that little song. One of a couple that he wrote and recorded in Australia some years back. No new check-ins? Okay. Well, as always, not because I'm lazy, but I'm already capoed here on the 5th fret. So let's do one from that soundtrack to that movie Country Strong, that Gwyneth Paltrow movie. So we'll do this one. When the stars line up and you catch a good break, and people think you're lucky, but you know it's grace. They can happen so fast, or a little bit late. Timing is everything. You know, I've had close calls when it could have been me, and I was young when I learned just how fragile life can be. I lost friends of mine, guess it wasn't my time. Timing is everything. And I could have been a child that God took home, and I would have been one more unfinished song. And when it seems a rhyme is hard to find, that's when one comes along just in time. Well, I remember that day when our eyes first met. You ran into the building to get out of the rain because you were soaking wet. And as I held the door, you wanted to know my name. Timing is everything. And I could have been another minute late. You never would have crossed my path that day. When it seems true love is hard to find, that's when love comes along just in time. You can call it fate, destiny. Sometimes it really seems like it's a mystery. You can be hurt by love or healed by the same. Timing is everything. And it can happen so fast, little bit late. Timing is everything. And as my friend Steve Flowers, the patriarch of the Flowers family, owned the coffee shop, still own it. Or I was the Friday night troubadour for 10 years. I'd finish that song and he would lift his little wine glass and go, I believe that's true. Timing's everything. And I agree. Amy had said, good one. Thank you. Let's do the other Steve Poltz song that he wrote and recorded in Australia a few years back. Ride with the top down and all the boys stare. The scent of a magazine, your windblown hair. And I could try to get deeper inside. So sat there alone, slowly I fried. Hope it's only pretend that this is the end. And I've got piles of old pictures. I've got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the records, leaving them on time in the stacks. Leaving them on time in the stacks. Broke down in Grimsby. I miss you so bad. Felt like a fifth wheel. Smile when I'm sad. And all the whiskey in the world couldn't stop my heart from beating. I spun like a top. Hope it's on pretend. And this is the end. And I've got piles of old pictures. Got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the vinyl. Leave me the Motown in the stacks. Leave the Motown in the stacks. Screw these damn cell phones. The cancer in my head. This genetic chicken makes me feel like I'm dead. We can argue for miles and miles in the night till I just pass out. The floor is alive. Hope it's only pretend. And this is the end. I've got piles of old pictures. Got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the albums. Leaving the Motown in the stacks. I've got piles of old memories. You and me down by the tracks. You can keep most of the vinyl. Leaving the Motown in the stacks. Leaving the Motown in the stacks. Oh, another Steve Poltz via Australia. going back some time ago. So if you guys are on Facebook, you know they have those Facebook memories that will pop up on occasion from like a year ago or 3 years or 5 or some cases with me today it was 15 years ago. So there's one that popped up from I think 5 years ago. My friend Bill Smith in South Carolina, he hasn't checked in a little while. He's got a busy life, but his little daughter is a dancer, and she used to fall asleep in her mom's arms to my bedtime lullaby that I wrote for Amy, which I loved. But Bill took a video of his daughter like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5, when she was dancing, and she was dancing to me playing live on a Facebook Live, and he said the file was too big to send to anybody, so he said I just put it here on my Facebook page, and it was me. You can't see me, you just hear me, and she was dancing, and she was dancing to me playing David Gray. So I saw that this afternoon after I got home, and I thought, oh, I haven't done that in a little bit, so that made me smile and laugh. So I thought let's do a little Cousins from Across the Pond. As soon as I can get my cable locked in. Come on, dude. Clamp down. There we go. Friday night I'm going nowhere, and all the lights are changing green to red. Turning over TV station situations running through my head. Looking back through time, you know it's clear that I've been blind, I've been a fool. Open up my heart to all that bitterness, that jealousy, that ridicule. Saturday I'm running wild, and all the lights are changing red to green. Moving through the crowds and pushing, chemicals rushing in my bloodstream. Only wish that you were here, you know I'm seeing it so clear. I've been afraid to show you how I really feel, admit some of those bad mistakes that I've made. So if you want it, come and get it. I'm crying out loud. The love that I was giving you was never in doubt. Let go of your heart, let go of your head. Feel it now. Let go of your heart, let go of your head. Feel it now. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. Sunday all the lights of London shine, the sky is fading red to blue. I'm kicking through the autumn leaves, I'm wondering where it is you might be going to. I'm turning back for home, you know I'm feeling so alone, I can't believe. Climbing on the stair, I turn around to see you smiling there in front of me. Well, if you want it, come and get it. I'm crying out loud. The love that I was giving you was never in doubt. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel it now. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel it now. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and Babylon, 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 Babylon. Why? So if you want it, come and get it. For crying out loud, the love that I was giving you was never in doubt. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel it now. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel it now. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel. Let go of your heart, let go of your head, and feel it now. Babylon, 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 Babylon. Why? Woo! Oh, little David Gray, Cousins Across the Pond. Now that I know I'm over 40% British. I've been saying that. I like it. He has said, good one. Nice was singing that song earlier. Babylon or what did I play before that? Steve Poltz. Oh yeah. Stax, maybe that one. And he says, sounds great, thank you. Stax, oh, I like that, good. Stax and 10 Chances. He wrote and recorded those in Australia, so I like those songs. Let's see. What was I thinking of a little bit ago? I wanted to play. It's the middle of one of those songs. I might just be down to requests again. Sometimes unless I have a cover planned, I just start and have no idea where these are going. So, so let me see. Yeah, that one. That was from Facebook memory a few years ago from my friend Bill and his daughter dancing around. I think that's it. What do you want to hear? Yep, I think I'm at the end of My Muse Has Gone Silent. That should be the follow-up to My Muse Has Migraines. My Muse Has Gone Silent. Actually, it should be a trilogy. Then she comes back. This is all just stream of consciousness. So first is My Muse Has Migraines, a song I haven't written. My Muse Has Gone Silent. That just came to me. So, but she eventually will come back to me. I'll win her back somehow. So I have to think up a title. I don't know. This is all just coming to me off the top of my head, so I have no idea. Yeah. So there should be a trilogy of songs there. My muse, she's banging her head. She checks out, but then she hears something probably, and she gets called back to me. I don't know. Also, I opened it up for Amy says, no surrender. You want to hear it again, even though I played it? I'll always be glad to. I love it. You bet. Let's do it. I have my harmonica holder right here with me from that, so that means the lyrics are probably right here. Z's still here, still awake. He says, Jim, absolutely. Yeah, these are the lyrics. They were the last cover lyrics from Wednesday night. So let's do it. The Elder and Wiser Bruce, as I call him. Yeah, so Amy, when you get a chance, maybe over the weekend, whenever, to watch the rest of that Storytellers from VH1, there's a lot of songs I love the stories behind, but the one about Jesus was an only son, I love his imagery and what he was thinking about and the relationship between mothers and sons. That is really an awesome segment. She said, I did watch some of that. So the one I sent you, what's cool about that, I mentioned this. So the original, I had it on DVD. So the original show is an hour. The one I sent you is like an hour and a half. It includes, let's call it the director's cut. It's all the stuff, that, it was the entire show as it was recorded, then they edited it down to 60 minutes or right about for the original broadcast on VH1. So he's got a lot of funny stuff. If you listen to it, he drops an F-bomb, he swears, he mixes he goes, ah, damn, he goes, where's my harmonica? Like he forget, a guy, it was so funny. Oh, and it's rain, my voice is still, it's raining on a sunny day. He goes, that's Smokey Robinson. I know. I was like, oh my God. Chase the clouds away, raining on a sunny day. He paid homage to Smokey. That was I loved all of that. It was so good. So that was his song from that album was fantastic. The Rising. He wrote that after the Twin Towers fell. Waiting on a Sunny Day. And he was talking about that song. He goes, that's, Smokey Robinson. And he did it in his voice. And I'm raining, waiting on a sunny day. Gonna chase the clouds away, waiting on a sunny day. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That was so good. His impression of Smokey, so that was it. It was Waiting on a Sunny Day from The Rising. Our time this week, 12-hour days. Oh, you poor thing. To get ready for a big briefing. Okay. So great. Oh, you saw him on the Rising tour? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Oh, that was before you and I met. Yep. I've seen him twice. Chuck Woolery, the late Chuck Woolery, we gone 2 and 2, right? From, what was that? $10,000 Pyramid or something? I don't know. So I've shown you guys this before. In 1999, after he had kind of broken up the band and went to LA and all that, he got the band back together, or they went on a tour. I don't know if it was a world tour, but it's United States. So I remember my ex and I went to that. It was at the America West Arena downtown where the Suns played. And I have a coffee mug that's like, how old is that? 1999. Not 1929. 876. 27 years old, and it looks brand new. So I saw him once for that, and then He came back a few years ago. And I saw him twice. I saw him again. I don't remember what tour that was. So I've seen him twice. And he's 3 times. Oh, cool. So those are the one I saw was it's after I came home off the road. That was in 2012, maybe 2013. I don't remember. I don't remember what the tour was. But what I remember about the 1990 tour was, the 99 tour was, he played a song he doesn't play regularly, and it's off Born to Run, and it's one of my favorites. It's a really slow song, and it's called Meeting Across the River, and it's about these 2 guys. The original story, the original title was called The Heist, because these 2 guys are they're going to do a heist, and they flubbed it up, and they said, we only have one more chance to get this one right. It's about two low-level thugs getting ready to do the heist, but it's a really cool song, and it's pretty. He doesn't play that ever. You've maybe not even heard of it, but it was off Born to Run, and it's called Meeting Across the River. Go to YouTube and look up, if you'd like, the album version and listen to how beautiful it is, and it's Clarence's saxophone. He played it on that show, and I was like, oh my God. He didn't even know me, of course, but he was playing that for me, because I love that song. All right, so by request. Well, we busted out of class, had to get away from those fools. We learned more from a 3-minute record, baby, than we ever learned in school. Tonight I hear the neighborhood drummer sound. I can feel my heart begin to pound. You say you're tired and you just want to close your eyes, follow your dreams down. Well, we made a promise. We swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Like soldiers on a winter's night, with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Well, now young faces grow sad and old, and hearts of fire grow cold. We swore like brothers against the wind. Now I'm ready to grow young again, and hear your sister's voice calling us home across the open yards, believing we could cut some place of our own with these drums and these guitars. 'Cause we made a promise, we swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Blood brothers on a summer's night, with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Now on the street tonight, the lights are growing dim. The walls of my room, they're closing in. And it's good to see your smiling face and hear your voice again. Now we can sleep in the twilight, honey, by the riverbed, with a wide open country in our hearts and these romantic dreams in our head. 'Cause we made a promise. We swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Like blood brothers on a summer's night, with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Woo! I don't get any chance really to rehearse that song, so when I play it, it's just like from scratch. But I do love that song. Thank you for that request. Thanks for requesting that I learn it, by the way, which I'd never heard before, as I mentioned. And but I love that slow acoustic version with the harmonica, very much so. All right, we are winding down. Let's end on a request from Z, some Jim, meaning Jim Croce. Yeah, so let's do, of course, my favorite Jim Croce song. Speaking of, Amy said, thank you, great rendition. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for that request. To learn it, and then tonight. Yeah, so I set out a plan, as I mentioned to you last fall, for taxes and everything, and I have a 1,000-yard stare on that, and I am on track. This afternoon, I checked in to look for a few deposits that are coming in from clients over the last couple of days with Venmo and credit. We're all on track. My Arizona state tax return is going to drop on Monday. That inches me so close. To where I wanted to be by the end of April, with tax season closed out, everything paid off, and then looking toward visiting my friends in Michigan, I think first week of July. Blueberry Festival, maybe 8 days, but between now and then, after taxes are done, I've been spying that Martin D21. So I wanted to share that I think I'm getting really, really close to that. So, stay tuned, I will let you know. By request. Well, I know it's kinda late. I hope I didn't wake you, but what I've got to say can't wait. I know you'd understand, but every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kinda strange, but every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand, but every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. But every time the time was right on, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kinda late. I hope I didn't wake you, but it's something that I just gotta say. I know you'd understand. But every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. All right, some Jim Croce by request. That's the perfect song to cap off this Fiesta Friday. Thank you, my tribe, for being here. As always, no matter how large or small, it's an esteemed group of tribes members. Thanks for those last couple of requests for the Elder and Wiser Bruce and some of what I call my oldest friends, Jim Croce. So he said, thanks, you're welcome. Yay, happy to hear that. Yep, I'm getting closer. I got 1,000-yard stare on that. Yep, we're getting there. Everything is on track. By the third week of April, taxes and stuff will be closed out. Middle of May might be it. We'll see. I'm getting close. Might go into June, and that's okay. It's all by design. And he says, thanks for the music. Well, thank you for tuning in. Anticipation is half the fun. See, I absolutely agree. I love planning stuff in my head. I look at my calendar with my clients. I plan on stuff. I plan on finances and everything. I think more enjoyment in the planning, and then I get the reward of seeing it happen. But the planning stuff is awesome. My brain, for some reason, I've got 2 neurons on the left side. Everything else is here. But these two, when they're firing, man, they're like powerful. So any organizational skills that I have comes out of these 2 neurons on the left side. And when they're firing and my OCD kicks in, it's like, yeah, I get 1,000-yard stare. I roll up my sleeves. Man, I just power through it. I was thinking the other day, yeah, I've been, since even the end of the year, I'm a little behind where I wanted to be, but I'm 4 steps up and 1 step back, but I'm still making progress. So I'm getting really, really close to where I wanted to be by first quarter, and then into April, maybe May. And we'll see. I just now thought, what I'll probably do is when it happens, I'll probably just surprise you guys one night and show up here and go, by the way, tonight's an all Jim Croce set, and here's why. I'm going to hold up that Martin D21. So, you mentioned anticipation. I'm not trying to put it out there as like bait, but I just figured the anticipation of when I'm going to show up with that Martin D21, we'll just leave it there. I might drop a nugget. I don't know. Just to let you know, hey, if you tune in, I don't know, we'll see. I don't like dangling stuff out there, but it'll probably just come as a surprise one night. I'll be here with a special set of all Jim Croce stuff, and then you'll know I got that guitar. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so he says, when you buy it, we'll have to have it. Oh, see, I didn't even see that. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, I'm going to do an all Jim set. And he says, great idea, Bruce Song. I love that song. 1 step up and 2 steps back. Yep, that's a great song. It's beautiful. That and Brilliant Disguise. They might be off the same album. Darkness on the Edge of Town? Can't remember. Great minds do think alike. All right, my tribe. As always, namaste. The divinity in me honors and recognizes the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy, those immune systems bolstered up. As always, thanks for being part of my tribe and for checking in. Enjoy what's left of your Fiesta Friday as we slide into our weekend. I know Z's got to be up at 0300. Thanks for staying up for so late, till just after 8 o'clock. Get some rest, my friend. Work safely as always. The outage needs you and your 30 plus years of expertise. And we appreciate that. Anytime you get a chance to check in, as always, it's always appreciated, but I know you'll be busy for the next if they're doing that replace modification, it's going to be probably 45 days or so. So for the next month, month and a half, we'll see you when you can. And Anita is always welcome to check in. And then I archive these shows. Facebook deletes them after 30 days, but I'm transferring them to my Terra Drive every night. So I've been thinking today, man, I got the weekend free. Oh, I need a rest. I need to get working on that YouTube channel. I really do, so I can migrate this stuff and get all those things posted. But anyway, Z, as you get a chance, if you're inclined, these shows will be archived, so you can go back and watch them. So get some rest. Amy says, yes, good ones. Thank you. All right. Enjoy what's left of your Fiesta Friday. Enjoy the weekend. I will be back. Same bad time and channel for Soulful Sunday, 5 p.m. Mountain, and we will see you next time.